One thing that may help you within your mediumship is to put yourself in the shoes of a spirit communicator. So imagine that you'd passed and you were communicating through a medium. Now, you don't have a physical body anymore and you don't have a physical voice. So unless your reader is very proficiently clairaudient, chances are you're not going to be able to say, hey, my name is Bob Smith. I lived at, XYZ. Possible, not probable. Um, so you're just mind. You are mind, you are consciousness, your soul. Therefore, you have the faculties of mind, the faculties of consciousness. You have memory, you have emotion, um, you have thoughts, you have mental imagery, etc. What about you, especially that which is unique to you, could you express or want to convey to that medium to not only be convincing in letting the sitter know that it is indeed you that is there, but also to provide sufficient evidence that you are who you say you are? So, for example, are there, you don't have a physical body, but we communicate in other ways. There's body language. Is there a particular stance or stature or gesture that you always made? What are memories, experiences, aspects of your personality, hobbies, collections? What is essentially you, where that person's going to be like, yes, that is absolutely so and so. And when you think about those things, keeping in mind that we don't have the physical body, but we have the expression of mind, how could I convey that in a non-physical way using the vehicle of mind and consciousness? Keeping in mind also the ways in which a medium receives thoughts, feelings, inspirations, physical sensations, emotions, memory. How could I convey those things? So, for example, if you were an artist, how are you going to convey that? Is it concentrating upon the memory of the sensation of putting a brush to canvas? Is it reflecting on watching Bob Ross, The Joys of Painting, when you were a child? Is it, the feelings that you felt or how frustrated you were at yourself every time you did laundry and you'd go and see that you had paint all over your jeans no matter how careful you were? If you were to convey that maybe in not a emotional or a feeling or a visual way, but perhaps an auditory way, how could that concept be conveyed auditorily? Maybe it's recalling the song Starry Night, the Vincent van Gogh song by Don McLean. So what is important for you to express to not only identify you, but express what you want to express, to communicate the need within you of what you want to communicate, but also how would you do it if you didn't have a physical body? What ways could it potentially be conveyed to where the pieces would click together and both the medium and the sitter would be like, oh, okay, this is what is being imparted. And when you start thinking along those lines, then you really get into the flow of how mediumship is conveyed and get a better blend going with your communicator.